All right, let's dive right in. Today, we are breaking down a brutally simple rule that could completely change how you manage your focus, your energy, and most importantly, your time. It all comes down to asking yourself one powerful question.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever looked at your calendar, just packed to the brim with meetings, projects, and things to do, and instead of feeling accomplished, you just feel empty? You're busy, for sure, running from one thing to the next, but it feels like you're on a treadmill, not actually getting anywhere that matters.
If that sounds even a little bit familiar, then you're in exactly the right place. We're about to explore a mental model, a simple filter for your brain that's designed to help you cut through all that noise. It'll help you eliminate the meh and focus only on the things that truly get you fired up. First, we've got to understand the problem we're all facing, the overcommitment trap. Now, this thing is sneaky. It's a trap that isn't filled with obviously bad choices. No, it's filled with good opportunities, fine ideas, and okay invitations that one by one just drain your energy and scatter your focus. And here's the absolute heart of the issue. It's all about opportunity cost. Every single time you say yes to something that's just fine, maybe a 6 out of 10, you are, without realizing it, saying no to a potential 10 out of 10 opportunity that could be waiting right around the corner. You're trading amazing for just good enough.
So, how in the world do you escape this trap? Well, the solution comes from the brilliant entrepreneur and author Derek Sivers, and it is just so simple and so effective. It's called the hell yeah or no rule.
And that's it. That's the whole rule. When you're faced with a new opportunity, a new project, a new invitation, you don't ask yourself, should I do this? You ask if your immediate gut reaction is an overwhelming hell yeah. If it's anything less, if it's a sure, why not, maybe, or even just a polite yes, then the answer has to be no. Just look at the difference here. On the left, that's how most of us operate by default. It's logical, it's polite, but it leads to a life filled with lukewarm obligations. But on the right, you've got the filter. It's emotional, it's decisive, and it leads to a life filled only with things that genuinely excite you. You're basically swapping a life of, I guess so, for a life of, I can't wait. Now, using a strong filter like this isn't just a nice little productivity hack, it's absolutely essential. And there's a classic parable that drives this point home with, well, some brutal clarity. So, picture this. There's a donkey, and this donkey is both hungry and thirsty. To its left, there's a delicious-looking pile of hay. To its right, a big bucket of fresh water. And it's standing at the exact midpoint, equidistant from both. Both are good options. Both are things it desperately needs.
So the donkey looks at the hay. Then it looks at the water. Then back to the hay. Back to the water. It can't figure out which choice is the perfect first choice. Should it eat first or drink first? It gets stuck in its own head, overthinking a really simple decision.
And here's the tragic part. Because it could not make a decisive choice between two perfectly good options, the donkey just stands there, totally paralyzed by indecision, until it dies of both hunger and thirst. It failed because it couldn't commit to anything. This is the donkey's dilemma, and it is such a powerful warning for all of us, because most of us are that donkey, standing between dozens of good projects, good jobs, and good social plans. By failing to choose decisively, we risk starving our true potential, and we miss out on the truly great opportunities. Okay, so the theory makes sense. We get the trap, we get the rule. But how do we actually put this into practice in real life? Let's break down the exact action plan you can start using literally today. All right, here's what you're going to do. First, you need to audit everything you're currently committed to. Go down the list, your work projects, your social calendar, everything. And for each item, you have to honestly ask yourself, is this really a hell yes? You gotta be brutal. If the answer isn't an immediate, enthusiastic yes, then it's a no. Now, this is the hardest part, right? Because we're all afraid of missing out, we don't want to let people down. But a half-hearted yes is so much worse than a firm, respectful no.
So find a way to gracefully back out, delegate, or just phase out those non-essentials. And from this day forward, every single new request gets put through this exact same filter, no exceptions. So let's wrap this all up. If you only remember 3 things from this whole breakdown, please make it these 3 points.
Number 1, the real trap isn't being lazy, it's being busy with mediocre stuff. That good enough is the enemy of great. Number 2, the rule is your escape hatch. If it's not a hell yeah, it's a firm no. This isn't about being negative, it's about making space for the things you can be truly enthusiastic about. And number 3, the warning, don't be the donkey. Indecision between good options is way more dangerous than just picking one and getting on with it. Be decisive.
So now you've got a killer filter for what to focus on. The next logical question is, how do you build the systems to follow through? That's why I really think you should check out our summary of atomic habits next. It is the perfect follow-up to put all this newfound focus into action. And of course, if you want more of these powerful ideas to help you improve, make sure you subscribe to Grow Daily for your daily dose of growth. Thanks for tuning in.